obviously, you're disappointed in a loss, particularly one that led to, some errors that we had early on with the 3 turnovers in the red zone area. It's a good football team, as we all know. But one thing is, I'm proud of the effort these guys had, that they gave defensively. I thought we did a pretty good job, and there were some drives that they had, but for the most part, we players played hard. Second half, you give up 2 field goals. So there's things that obviously you can correct. We have to correct, and there's things that you can hold your head up about. But there's things that now we got to move forward on and get ready for. We got a bye week coming up, get some guys healthy, and finish out with 2 games left.
Mike, you feel like you didn't take advantage of kind of the defense's effort, what it was able to do?
Well, like I said, when you have red zone turnovers, short field like that, I believe that almost all the touchdowns just about led to the turnovers led to to touchdowns, for both sides, and particularly for us, down there in the low red zone areas. I mean, that's first play of the game. It's those are things that hurt you tremendously. So, as I said, defensively we did a good job. We bent, sometimes we broke, but at the same time, the effort that was given out there was a pretty good effort against this football team.
Talk about just trying to hang in there with offensive line and the condition it was in.
Jerry, injuries are part of the game. Leaving Ryan Dahl and Mike Mooney at home. Obviously they have been starters for us, but it's always about the next man up mentality, and so that put a guy like Jack English, in there, Jack McDonald in there, and Sadiq Olawanju got some reps, but they that's a good defensive front, and Jack, both of them had their hands full today, but again, the next man up mentality is you got to go, you got to play. And I'm sure this is a big learning aspect for them. They'll get better of it. They'll be better because of it.
Like it's at the end there, it's a 2-touchdown game, but you have 2nd and 3 at the 8 with a chance to make it a 1-touchdown game late. 3 plays in a row got negative yards. Is that just poor execution on the offensive part?
That and. Defensively they executed. We didn't execute to get those yardage. That's you go back, you look at the different aspects of the game, and that was one that they outplayed us. In that particular situation, we needed to get the first, we didn't, and they did, and got the ball back. And I believe you look at the time of possession again. We probably led the time of possession once again. So it's one of those things that it's unfortunate you have the ball and need to be more productive. If they score points, we got to score more points, and it didn't happen today.
Coach, how much of a challenge do you have now how do you look at the challenge of being bowl eligible?
No, it's one game at a time. It's 1 week off. Like I said, to get a chance to get healthy. Saw Brandon Phelps out there come out of the game. Sadiq, came out of the game, and we just got to get a week to get ourselves back to being a healthy football team, and then you take one game at a time. The next game after that will be Miami, and that's the focus is the next game.
What about Grayson today? 3 touchdown passes, I think it's career high. Also had the pick down there that led to the touchdown.
Yeah, well, that's one of the we talked about the three turnovers down in the red zone, being responsible for one of them. I wanted to try to send him a message as well. Hey, listen, man, you're the quarterback. You're not gonna get jerked because you throw an interception. Sometimes you got to put the stake in the ground. You got to believe in an individual. And as the game went on, second half, I thought he did a better job, in managing the team. And so, we're gonna go with him.
Is the Wildcat play, is that something that leaves you a little frustrated?
It's obviously you want to try to use a guy like David Wofford, his skills and ability. There's some other plays off of that but it wasn't as productive as we needed it to be today. They did a good job defending it, and we didn't get enough of it or from it.
You talked about, obviously, your turnovers led to their scores. You did some things you hadn't been doing. You turned turnovers into points for your own team, and you scored in the second half. I mean, do you feel like you come out of here maybe having taken a step forward?
Well, that's what I meant, Doug, by, you know, you look at the score, we lost the football game, but there were positive things that happened. There were things that were done that that we needed to improve upon. You know, 3 turnovers, you know, the ones that led to points, you know, moving the ball, I believe, you know, third down situations. And then, you know, I'll go back to the defense again. I believe their average for run per run was like 2.9. And if that's under 3 yards, that's pretty good defensively. So there's a lot of positive things you can look at. Obviously, you want to win the football game. You want to have a chance to experience something that was experienced in 2011. But, you know, you gotta play. You can't give, like I said, you can't have those turnovers that we had in the first half, which was costly. But, you know, we'll get back to Charlottesville and have an open week, get healed, and get some things done, and look forward to finishing up the last 2 games of our season.
How big is the timing of this bye, given getting healthy, where do you guys stand in the season? Is this a really good time to maybe get a week off and regroup a little bit?
You know, you never know, you know, where the bye is as it relates to, you know, whether you're healthy or not. And then for us, particularly with up front with the offensive line and in the secondary, you know, it's something that comes at a good time for us. You know, so you know, we'll try to take as much of advantage of it as we can to get guys healthy and get them back and ready to go.
How encouraged are you about moving forward from tonight? I mean, a lot of people were predicting gloom and doom here, but you guys hung in there.
You know, as I said, you know, I know as a head football coach, you want to make sure your team is prepared to win, and you know, Coach Fisher did a great job with their players that they had, and as I said, I told them in the locker room, I'm proud of that effort. Now, could you go back and look at some things that obviously were detrimental to having any success? Yes, you can. But you can go back and you look at things that were successful. As I said, we played good defensively. You know, at the end, you know, we got guys that had opportunities to go in games, and some young guys played. They played a lot. They played extensively. I wanted to stick with Grayson Lambert, and he had a career high, you know, with his touchdowns. And so I believe in these players. I believe in the opportunities that are still presented to them and for them. And you know, now it's time to roll your sleeves up and go back to work again and have an opportunity to finish this thing out in a positive manner.